Hi everyone, Tegan here, aka Gold Moon Creates, sharing with you how do I put together and construct my tag books. Those who follow my social medias know that I'm semi-obsessed with them, and I do get people regularly asking me how you put them together. So as you can see, I've just got some, I think it's 200 GSM cardstock that I've cut into strips. I don't really measure, but for those who like to measure, they're roughly just over 1.5 centimetres wide and roughly 14.5 centimetres in length. The main thing you want to do is just make sure that they go from edge to edge before the corner of your tag turns down. I also like to use double-sided tape when I'm constructing my books. It dries, you don't have to wait for drying time. You can, however, also use liquid glue, and I'm pretty sure I show you a clip towards the end of the video showing you how to do that. So what you want to do first is put your book in the order that you'd like it to go, and then pick your front cover and your back cover. Take your front and back covers and put them aside and grab your pairs of pages. And as you can see here, I'm putting a strip of glue on one side of the card strip, which I have pre-folded in half, and then I'm placing the tag in it. To put the second page down, instead of trying to line it up on the cardstock strip itself, you can see right now I'm actually matching it to the first tag that I adhered to the strip, and then I'm folding the strip over. That's just to make sure that the tags are exactly aligned, and you don't have sort of any bits going up and down and any unevenness. So there I am with my glue gun again, and as you can see, I'm not measuring or anything like that, but the main thing I'm trying to do here with my placement is to A, make sure it goes below the turn of the top of the tag, and B, that there's enough enough white space in the middle to be able to fold. So you need a little bit of a gap. When I open this up, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. See that white strip in the middle? Oh, and I'm pointing it out. Look at that for timing. You want to be able to make sure there is a little bit of a gap so the tags fold nicely on top of each other. If the tag edges are touching each other, it won't open and close like a book. They'll kind of bend onto each other and not really work. So tag book sizes are completely up to you. I always have blank tags on hand in my crafting space. So if I do have any leftover paint from a project in a larger art journal or anything like that, I do just grab a tag and quickly chuck it on there in lots of different ways, or maybe do some stenciling with my current project stencil. Just to make sure that I'm not wasting any of my paint. And that gives me most of my backgrounds for my tags. And then I've just sort of got a pile of painted tags ready to go at any moment. So now I'm moving on to actually put the book together. So once you've got all your page sets done, you'll take one of your page sets, and as you just saw, I put some sticky glue or whatever glue that you're choosing to use on the back, and now I'm matching one tag set up with a second tag set, pressing down firmly, making sure. So I can open it up and you can see it now is starting to resemble a book. Go through again, build it up. If you're not worried about the order of your tags, you can do this in any way. But if you've got a particular order, maybe you're trying to tell a story or do a specific narrative, you might want to just be careful about how you plan it out. Again, here what you can see is I'm paying particular attention to try and get the tags to match. So I've got no overhang and all the tags are sitting in nice uniform evenness where possible. Doesn't always happen that way, depending on what tags you're using, especially if you're using tags from a variety of sources that might alter their sizes slightly. Don't worry if that's happened, because I'll a little bit later on I'll show you how you can correct that as well. These particular tags that I'm using are all Natalie May Scrapbooking in Australia. They're her brand, and I just love the size of these ones, and they've also got a really great price point. So that's my front and back cover that you can see I just was checking the placement. Now the next step in constructing the tag book is just reinforcing the spine. So as it is now, you could stick the front and back cover on and go for it, but you'll see on the sides, you can see the strips where I've put the pages together, and it's not the nicest looking thing. So what I've been doing is using colourful duct tape to create a spine. So I'm cutting an amount off here to match the strip length. I think that one looks a little bit too long. I'll probably trim it up. Yep, there I go. Trim it up because, again, you don't want it going on the turn of your tag there. You don't have to use duct tape. You can use any kind of tape you want. I know some people have been using I think it's kinesiology tape for like sports injuries. That works really well as well because it's quite stretchy. So you're going to lay just under half on one side, and then you're going to turn it over and bring the next side up and over, stretching as you can. And then I'm just going to push down on that spine. So now you can see not only does the book will feel a little bit more stable for you, but also looks a bit nicer on your shelf as well, having colourful tape. And you can get some amazing designs in duct tape. Who knew? That particular brand I think I picked up from Bunnings, that beautiful green. They also have yellow, orange, purple, all sorts. And I know that Officeworks in Australia also sell a rainbow duct tape, so this beautiful rainbow tape. So to finish off, I'm just putting my front cover on, again using my double-sided tape there to secure it on firmly, and just giving it a press down. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I don't actually do it with all my tag books, but I thought I'd show you, is if you want to put a ribbon or some kind of string in place to close your tag book with. So you can get your string ready. I obviously didn't, and I've run off to get it. There it is. And before you put your back page on, you glue the string in place. So this just means it's nice and tightly in position. And I'm just deciding whereabouts I want the ribbon. Do I want it to go over her face or not? The placement of when it ties around the front. I think in the end I decided just to sort of go the middle. So again, you can use any kind of glue here, depending on the sort of ribbon you've got. This is a very, very thin, fairly cheap ribbon, I think, from a junk store, so I'm not too concerned about weight of the glue. And I'm going to secure that in place with some glue before I adhere my back tag on. Bent my ribbon there. And what that means is the ribbon is secure, it's part of the book, you don't have anything just wrapping around it, and it's sort of just that finishing touch that makes it look a little bit nicer. I'm just running some tape across the top of the ribbon as well, of course, to make sure everything adheres in place. So you can see how I'm holding the tags to align them as best I can. That one needed a little reshuffle. When you are using the double-sided tape, it does stick fairly quickly, so you've got to be careful that you get it in the right position, otherwise you can tear your tags. And that's it. That's how I finish my tag books. Again, I don't always put ribbon. You don't have to either. You also don't have to put the tape on the side of the spine if you don't want to. It's something that I do. I do feel it does secure the pages a little bit more, and as I said, makes it look a bit nicer. So these are two more that I have prepared, and I think I'm just going to go through and show you one of them here. So this is a thicker ribbon, some cuttables from Natalie May, and some hand-drawn images that I've done myself. Just pressing them down to make sure they're all there. Sometimes I have had to use a stapler because the glue wasn't sufficient enough, and that's okay. I don't mind staples in my work. I know that some people do. Some tag books where I've used chipboard in particular. And what I'm just showing you there is two tags that didn't quite align perfectly, and all I would do is just snip the edges where they didn't align correctly. They didn't bother me on that one in particular, which is why I didn't cut, and the main reason is the tag on the other side. I would have lost some detail in my art that I didn't want to lose. And here I'm just showing you the method that you can do it with liquid glue as well. I'm using sticky glue by Art by Marlene. All this means, doing this technique instead of using the double-sided tape, it's just going to take a little bit longer to dry. You just need to be a bit more patient. And as you can see there, I've got a pink bulldog clip at the back holding those pages together. But that's my tag books and how I construct them. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see what you guys create. Please share with me all your gorgeous tag books. They are probably one of my favourite things to create and make. Thank you.